Hello, my old friends, my new friends. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we are going to be reviewing the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. Okay, so this is supposed to be kind of more of a natural finish, a soft matte, which I'm a very, I like that real super matte foundation. Like I'm really liking the Natasha Denona Transfer Matte Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation. This is like my ride or die these days, and so is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Mattifying Second Skin Effect. So this has quite a lot to live up to, especially for costing $88 stinking dollars. Okay, and then you get, so I'm using 6.0 natural. So it says this is made in Belgium. And it's got a shelf life of 24 months. So I picked my shade based on those pictures of the girls, and I think I did a pretty good job. I am not gonna lie though, I have seen some reviews and one was a good one. I watched Tara, her review was, she liked it. It wasn't like the right shade on her, but she liked the finish and the way that it looked. And then I watched Michelle Wing. It's Wing or Wong, I can't remember, but I watched hers and she hated it. So I think I'm more of the same skin type as Tara, which is like kind of a combination. Okay, so that was 2 pumps. So I don't know if my sponge is like just soaking it up, or if you just don't get very much. When I'm looking at it in the mirror, it does look a tad bit yellow. And I'm noticing the coverage is definitely not a full coverage. It is like a medium. Like you can still see like all my imperfections and stuff. It's just kind of evening out my tone, but not really hiding anything. Okay, so when I look at it, I think it looked a little yellow. I think it has kind of settled into my skin and it doesn't look as yellow now. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup and I will be back. All right, guys, I am back and I have some thoughts. So, in all fairness to this foundation, this isn't the typical kind of foundation that I guess I would normally use. What drew me in and what made me want to try it was the fact that it said it was a soft matte. And so I was like, okay, maybe this is what I need to try now that I'm getting a little bit older. I'm getting a little bit, I don't have any like crow's feet, but I do have crepiness right here. And I'm contemplating filler. Like, I'm like, dude, I hate it so bad. But, and I think that sometimes, when I use super matte foundations, it can kind of accentuate that. If I get it too close to underneath my eyes. And so I thought maybe a soft matte foundation will help my skin look a little bit more youthful, not actually give me a glow and not be greasy, but be that in between that I maybe need now. And the one thing that I'm noticing is that it moves. It has been probably a good 30 minutes since I put it on, and I touched my nose and it came right off the tip of my nose. Like there is literally no foundation on the tip of my nose anymore. So it does not dry down and stay. This is not transfer resistant, that's for sure. So if you're going to wear this, especially in these hot summer months, I would definitely set it with a powder because it will not last. And that is not a problem I have ever encountered with a foundation, even with the Pretty Fresh. This stuff stayed pretty well where I put it. I didn't have to worry about that so much. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it didn't transfer. It wouldn't transfer onto clothes like if I hugged somebody, but I could touch my face and my foundation wasn't completely off of my face. How was with this one, literally, like I just touched my nose because I saw, like, I was like, oh, is that a pimple? And I went like this and I could see that it had just wiped it off completely. So that's definitely a no for me. Like that right there is enough. And then usually even with any kind of foundation that I used, any kind of foundation, even this, or my Catrice, or this, my skin will be nice and good for at least a couple of hours, and then my nose will start to get oily. This started to do that almost probably a good maybe 15 minutes in. I could see this shine starting to come through on the sides of my nose, which is where this is my problem area as far as trying to keep my skin matte, is my nose. And I was like, oh wow, like you can, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see how shiny it is already. And I just put powder on it and it's still doing that. So yeah, I'm not really feeling this foundation. I feel like it's not going to be one that lasts very long. I feel like it will break down pretty quickly. And for $88, I think that this definitely should do a better job of staying in place than what it's doing. So the color is fine for me. That was definitely an issue I know some other people were having. And it is settling in like my fine lines and wrinkles that I barely even have on my forehead, which I don't like that at all. I need some Botox. Yeah, I'm not feeling this foundation like in the slightest. This is probably one of the worst foundations that I've tried recently. It's a no from me, Bob. So if you were interested or you were thinking about getting this foundation, I definitely don't recommend it. If you like a really light coverage and you really don't care if it wears off or not, and you like spending $88, then maybe it is. I don't know, but it is just definitely a no-go for me. So, all right, guys, that is my, oh, on the rest of my face, on my cheeks, I have the Nabla blush in, are they all called the same? I don't even know. I don't see a name. It looks like this. It's kind of a coral. These are super pigmented. The Juvia's Place blushes. I bought two, so I can just imagine what this one's gonna look like on. Holy moly. And then on my eyes, I have probably one of the worst. So you guys know I'm a huge fan of KKW. This is probably one of the worst palettes that I've ever tried from her brand. It is horrible. It skipped. It didn't stick. It was patchy. It was very lackluster in the color. This color here almost is like nothing. I mean, I know it looks shimmery, but when you look at it though without these lights, you can barely see it. And you wouldn't think that because it looks very pigmented in the palette. So as far as what it looks like compared to what it transfers to onto the lid, it's not there. This one's really pretty, but it's also like doesn't look the same as what it would in the palette. So I put it right there. They're super dusty. I mean, this is the color that I was the most interested in getting into, was this pink here, and it just went like dust explosion as soon as I touched my brush to it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I used that was new and new to me. And I regret this, and they have no return policy. It's just annoying. I bought it because I like her formulation. That one sucks a butt. So, all right, guys, it's the end. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, an amazing week, and a marvelous month. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.